guys, thanks for tuning in. What is this, episode 24? I don't know, I'm racking them up now. My youngest one's getting older. So we moved on from the Wiggles on a daily basis to StoryBots. Ask the StoryBots, it's called. If you're a parent and you haven't seen this yet, it is one of the better kids shows to watch. We watch it all the time. It's always on in our household right now. But they make lots of jokes and references to our generation, which you will love. Like there's this one scene where a raindrop is falling from the sky and his name's Droppy. And they show Droppy as he's falling and he's like he's skydiving. And he goes, you know in Die Hard when Bruce Willis is like, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker? Well, Droppy goes, yippee-ki-yay, Mother Nature. And they have little tidbits of just like pop culture references for us mixed in. It's fucking great. What else? Snoop Dogg is on season 2. He explains how computers work. So when they first show him, he's working on the computer, he's working on the CPU, the central processing unit. And it shows the machine and you can tell somebody's working back there. You hear like hammering and clinks and tings and stuff. But the best part is before they actually show Snoop, you see like this machine and then just smoke coming out. So it looks like he's hotboxing back there. But then he steps down and he's like, okay, no, he's just working on it. So I thought that was hilarious. And then there's this one part where he's explaining binary to them and they think it's a real cat in this box. And he goes to the story box like, it's not a real cat, like you fucking idiots. It's the tone that he says it in. It's great. Oh, you know that old song? I'm gonna have to look it up. I can't remember who's saying it now. It was like, moo, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Well, who is that? Ja Rule, maybe? It's an old one. It's an oldie, but a goodie. Maybe it's cows. I think it goes, moo, feed me some hay, man, feed me some hay, or something like that. And you can tell what they're pulling it from. It's hilarious. It's like if they put the real context behind it, it would not be appropriate for kids. Which, by the way, just this past week or so, I heard 2 references about Left Eye, girls from TLC. And I didn't know Left Eye burnt down some dude's house. That shit's crazy. What was I fucking watching? I can't remember the first thing they talked about it on, but again, I heard it on Russian Doll. Holy shit. I just binge watched the fuck out of that show on Netflix. It's only 7 episodes, so it goes pretty quick. But yeah, if you want to see New York City in the daytime, watch Unbreakable, Kimmy, Schmidt. And if you want to see New York City at nighttime, watch Russian Doll. Natasha Lyonne or Lyons or something like that. She was on Pee-wee's Playhouse when she was a little girl, which I didn't realize until I started rewatching Pee-wee with my kid. And then she was in American Pie. Maybe it was before American Pie. She was in this movie called But I'm a Cheerleader, and which is about fucking 90s. This movie wouldn't be allowed out today, I don't think. It was about a girl who her parents think she's a lesbian, although she doesn't think she's a lesbian, but they send her away to this like rehabilitation camp so that she doesn't become a lesbian. And what she do? I think she ends up like falling in love with the chick and becomes a lesbian in the end. But yeah, she was in American Pie as a lesbian. Well, not in the first couple movies, but as the American Pie series goes on, which we've watched them all because we grew up. That was definitely a movie of like my generation's coming of age, becoming a teenager. Oh, Jim, always jerking off. And then, anyway, of course, Natasha was in Orange is the New Black. She plays a raging bull dyke in that one. And I say that with love. It's because she's the alpha and she's strong. So when I saw Russian Doll, I was surprised that she wasn't playing a lesbian. She was into guys in that movie, which I thought was, or that show, which I thought was a little bit weird. I wasn't expecting it is all. But such a good movie. It's about her dying and then reliving the same day every day. So it's kind of like a Groundhog Day thing, but much darker and much more mysterious. You're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on the whole time. I don't want to say any more details because I don't want to spoil it, because it's a really, really good watch. They don't really leave it open for something to continue at the end. It seems like it was meant to just be like a smaller project. 7 episodes is all they did. Definitely worth the watch. And of course, the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I fucking love her. She's just so positive. It doesn't matter what she's going through. She just tries to make the best out of it, which I think is a life lesson we all could use, right? But yeah, so no more wiggles in my house. I'm sure gonna miss Anthony, my blue wiggle. Here's the old dude. What can I say? He was pretty spry for an old guy. So maybe I'll just, So honey, if you're watching this and you see the wiggles in our history online, it's not Liam who's watching it. It'd be me watching it for some late night action. I'm just kidding. I definitely would not fap off to the wiggles. Hot potato, hot potato. Doing dishes by hand sucks. No one loves it. But doing dishes by hand without an SOS pad and doing pots and pans sucks donkey dick. Oh, I say donkey dick because I imagine that would be ultra spunky. So my train of thought is fucked up. I went from thinking of Donkey from Shrek to how he fucks the dragon in Shrek to the dragons in Game of Thrones to thinking I haven't watched Game of Thrones in a long time. So funky donkey spunk reminds me of Game of Thrones apparently. So I last watched a season, I think it was season 7 I was on, or maybe Walking Dead I fell behind on too. I think I was on season 7 of that. But anyway, Game of Thrones, the last one I watched, it was they had the undead dragon. The White Walkers got a dragon. That's right. And it melted the wall where the Black Watch stays, where the fuck they're called. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Oh, maybe I'll have to get back into it and watch it. Because you gotta be careful. There's so many spoilers online, right? People get excited. They want to talk about what they just saw. I get it. I just try to avoid that shit before I'm caught up. And you know what? If I don't get caught up in time and I get spoiled by somebody's comment, that's on me. I'm not going to turn around and be like, fuck you for saying that, blah, 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 blah. No, it's on me. Maybe I should avoid the internet if I'm not wanting to get spoiled. Okay? Just take that shit home with you. Well, the snow's starting to melt up here. We're getting some rain. I think spring's on the way. Which means the legs are going to come out soon. Which means I better start using my self-tanner now. Because my legs are so white and they bruise so easy. Plus, I got some like varicose veins and spider veins from being pregnant. Fuck, man. Being pregnant ages your whole body like 10 years. You know, once you get that baby out, you get back to your regular weight, you may, tighten up and everything may be better that way. But there's still gonna be like leftover scars on your body the rest of your life. So don't have a baby unless you want to have a baby. I am pro-choice. Oh, if I could say it. Yeah, I said it. Pro-choice. You know what? I used to joke around just because I like being a bit of a troll, saying I'm not pro-choice. I'm pro-abortion. Flush those fuckers down. Okay, I can say that now because I already have my 2 kids. But no, I'm definitely pro-choice. I don't think anybody should have kids if they don't want to. If you're a dude, you don't have a kid, fucking go get yourself snipped or pull out every single time. Be smart. And if you're a woman, you don't want to have a kid and you get pregnant by accident, Plan B pills, always handy if it's too late for that. Yeah, go take care of that shit. Isn't it better to have an abortion than to just stick another kid in the fucking system? Fuck the system, fuck the system. These are things that Serge taught me. Serge who, Katie? Serge Tankian, boys. Duh. So when I watch things like Russian Doll, there was even an episode of Kimmy Schmidt that brought this feeling on. They talked about sliding doors, which I never saw the movie. I have to watch that one. It's an old one. And they talked about butterfly effect. All of those movies and references, they talk about how it's the same recurring theme, which I've noticed, which is basically every decision you make in your life, every action has an equal reaction. Whether we realize it or not, or are cautious and aware of it or not, every action that you take in your daily life affects someone somewhere and it's almost too much to handle if you overthink it, because then you're like walking on eggshells, tiptoeing around. You don't want to offend anybody, and you don't want to, you know, bring any negativity to any other people. If you're a decent person thinking of it that way. Or you may just be a bit of a troll like me sometimes and want to fuck around with people. God, I don't know. Some people don't realize the impact that they have on other people. And then sometimes when you let them know the impact that they've had on you, they're surprised and shocked. And it's like, well, yeah, dum-dum. But just like, makes me want to think about my life decisions and if I'm going in the right direction that I want to go. Yeah. And then how my decisions are going to impact everybody around me. So it's a tough call. It's a tough realization, I think, when you think of that. Maybe that's part growing up. Well, I think this is growing up. Strumming my fake guitar with a glass hand. Oh, Zoolander. When he's the hand model. And that's fucking Spooky Mulder. Which, by the way, I'm sorry, X-Files. That was his nickname in the academy, Spooky Mulder. No, kids could do much worse than that. I know you're not a kid when you go into the academy for the FBI, but students of that level will do much worse than that. Spooky Mulder, what a fucking gay-ass nickname. So there's lots of music in StoryBots. There was lots of music in the Wiggles too, but my boy loves it. He loves dancing and he feels the vibe, you know? Yeah, man. Decisions. For example, my best friend Jeffrey, he applied to be a PSW at a hospital because the pay was good, all the benefits and everything were awesome. After he applied, he realized it was in the Yukon. Jefferson. But you know what? He got the call and he did an over-the-phone interview and he got the job. So if he didn't apply that day and accidentally apply for that one, he'd still be stuck in Hamilton, which some people love Hamilton, Ontario. Some people do not. Personally, I didn't want to raise my kids there because way too many people get fucking stabbed in Hamilton. But I did meet a lot of great people when I lived and worked there. Had lots of fun going down to the Honest Lawyer and, man, good times. Anyway, what the fuck was I saying about Hamilton? Oh yeah, so my friend lived there, which, it wasn't a good environment for him. Hamilton can be a rough city. But it makes you tough. That's fucking true. It makes you tough. His choice that day he was sick of his job and where he was currently in life, and his choice to apply led to a better life for him. He drove from Ontario all the way up to the Yukon by himself on his own. I was just so proud of him that he did that. And you know what? Now he's happy. He's happy up there. And he's clean, and it's clean, fresh air. And who knows what other positive changes he's impacting on people up there, right? Like, we moved around a lot. Oh, and while I'm getting old and sick and tired of moving, I am glad I've met the people I've met, because, you know, it's been one hell of a journey. And, it's the relationships you build along the way that really give you that excitement and that drive to keep going. And I know there's been people I've met in my journey who've changed my life and my path, and I've probably altered other people's paths too, because that's just what it is. We're all connected. We do affect each other, whether we know it or not. Me putting this out right now, maybe I'm gonna help you with the decision, or just see things in a different way. Always good to see things from a different angle. I do have a multiverse theory, which I did mention on my podcast in the past, but in case you didn't see that, I'll just let you know again. I feel like whenever we do come up to those decisions in life and we choose to go left instead of right, some alternate universe we chose the other decision. And that timeline carried on. So maybe you can take solace in that somehow, that, you know, if there's a decision that you regret back in life, you know, or you're missing out on someone. And she says this in Russian Doll. She says she meets a man who died, his wife died. And she's like, you know what? On some other universe right now, your wife is alive and well and happy, and she's sitting back on a beach with Fabio, and he's like, oh, not Fabio, you make me jealous. It's this cute little scene, right? And I don't know if I like wholeheartedly believe that, I don't know if I can wholeheartedly believe anything that you can't prove scientifically, but it's an idea that I like to think about. Maybe that could help with some people's regrets. You know what, if it doesn't, guess what? If you are alive and breathing and thinking and can speak, it's not too late to fix those regrets. It's not too late to message somebody like, hey, sorry I was a fucking douchebag back when I did this, this, and this. It's not too late. If they don't accept your apology, fine. That's on them. Because maybe that's a lesson they need to learn, is how to forgive. Or maybe you need to learn how to forgive. I think we all need to learn how to forgive. But not just that, you need to learn how to apologize too. I think a big thing that women have an issue with is forgiving before an apology was even offered. So it's like, okay, well, you did that shitty thing to me, but I'm gonna forgive you anyway. Because you're so-and-so to me. You mean this. You played this role to me that's important. A lot of women, more so women, I generalize, are kind of peacekeepers in that way, and they'll think that way, which I'm not saying is always right. I think people definitely need to step up to the plate and say they're sorry or say they're wrong when they were wrong. Not enough people do that. It's okay to say sorry. It doesn't show weakness. Actually, I think it shows strength. It shows a strong character. Otherwise, you're just being stubborn, thinking you're right all the time. Nobody's right all the time. Nobody knows everything either. The wisest people will tell you that they don't know anything. Because we don't know shit. Are you kidding me? I'm talking into a cell phone right now. I don't know how the fuck it's working. I set it up, I know what buttons to push, but I don't know how to build the thing. Edward Norton is on this episode of StoryBots. It's like, if kids knew him from American History X and Fight Club, they'd be like, holy shit, this man is trying to help out the StoryBots now? Fight Club's such a good movie, isn't it? We reviewed it a lot in philosophy class. I took philosophy through film in college. We did The Matrix and Plato's Allegory of the Cave and Fight Club. I can't remember which philosopher we matched it to, but it's a really good class. And the teacher was a hottie. But yeah, that's a big thing for me, is not letting moments pass that I feel like I'm gonna regret later. It's like, say what you gotta say now, say what you mean and mean what you say, and don't let that time slip by you, because you may never get it again. You know, that person you're thinking of or that message you want to give, they could fucking die today. And you wouldn't be able to give them that message that you wanted to. So yeah, there's been quite a few times in my life where I felt the need to probably over-explain myself and probably just give too much information that people just don't want. Sometimes it's too much for people. Like, oh god, my husband's friend Trevor was killed when he was 21, something like that. He was really young. He was in a car accident. He was in the passenger side, and his friend, this girl, was driving, and she got on the highway on an off-ramp. So she was going the wrong direction down a highway, and they collided with the transport truck, and our friend Trevor was killed. It was a combination of emotions, just a lot of sadness and grief. And I didn't know him that well. I only met him once. I still kept thinking, like, this girl who was driving was his friend too. Obviously, that's a fucking nightmare to go through. You killed your friend. Do you imagine waking up to that and your friend is fucking dead? And it was your fault? So all I could think of, all that kept going through my head was, I have to let her know that this wasn't necessarily her fault. You know, he could have walked out and got hit by a bus that day. Maybe if it was his time to go, it was his time to go. I just felt overwhelmed to send this to her, because I thought if I didn't send this message to her, then she was going to kill herself. And then how could I live with myself knowing she killed herself and I could have prevented it if I sent that letter? Right? It's the whole fucking butterfly effect thing. I did. I wrote her, actually I tried calling her first to say what I wanted to say. And her brother answered and just said that she wasn't able to come to the phone. She probably was receiving a lot of hate mail and calls. I don't know. Somehow I found her address and I wrote out a hand letter, old school, and I mailed it to her. And I gave my name and who I was and how I knew about the situation and everything, and I gave my phone number. Now, I never heard back from this woman. I wasn't really expecting to, but I just said, like, if you ever need someone to talk to, you can talk to me. So she probably received that thinking that I was fucking crazy for sending this to her. But man, it was one of those things I just had to do. I had to do it, or I'd fucking hate myself if I didn't. So yeah, maybe that's key in life. Just fucking try to do the lesser of two evils in every situation and try to make yourself feel good in the process. And try to spread some positivity along the way. But it also makes you appreciate the life that you do have, and the time. Time is so precious. And it's fucking hard when you think about how precious time is, and then you have to go to some shitty ass job that you fucking hate, and then you just feel like you're wasting your life. That's the worst part. So hopefully if you can find a job that you love, then it won't be a job, it'll be a career. Do something that you love to do and put your efforts into it. You know, because the shitty thing is we all have bills to pay. We all gotta do shit jobs to try and pay those bills. Unless you got lucky and you found your passion and you went after it. Notice how I didn't say you got lucky with a good job. No. You got lucky by finding your passion and then going after it, doing the legwork and working towards that passion. Shit don't just fall in your lap. Picking the headshots for my last, not headshots, but what I do is I'll do the video and then edit it, and then I'll go through and I'll pick out funny screenshots that I find along the way because help promote my podcast here. And I realized I'd much rather look fucking stupid if it means hopefully making somebody laugh than be like, oh my god, why didn't I stick my tits out and do the duck lips? You know, no. I did that to make myself laugh, but ultimately I know it looks stupid. And I don't know why that became a thing, the duck lips. So. But anyway, yeah, I'll definitely like risk myself looking like an idiot if it's funny enough. If it's worth the trade-off. Or even if I think it might be. Doesn't it suck when you try to make a joke in front of somebody and they just don't laugh at all? So really? You don't think that's funny? You're stupid. You're stupid because you don't think that's funny. But some people don't know how to pick up on sarcasm, or they just don't know you that well to know that you're joking. Yeah, those are the fun parts of starting a new job. For them to slowly see your crazy side. Oh, I better put my apron back on. Took it off because I had to change a shitty diaper. See, every rose has its thorn. I love my kids. He's the rose, but the thorn is that shitty old diaper. And having to discipline him. Yeah. I explained to the kids I babysit, I'm like, I'm not yelling at him to be mean. I'm yelling at him to discipline him so he doesn't grow up to be a little jerk. And when my kids see other kids acting like little assholes, they're like, why is he acting like that? Because his mommy and daddy are not disciplining him like they should be. Discipline's a big part of raising your kid. You're not supposed to be their friend. You're supposed to be their parent. Guide them. Teach them how to act like a decent human being. I received a good swat in the ass a few times growing up. You know what? I'm better for it. I didn't get the whip. I didn't get the belt or anything harsh like that. That's too much. It's not needed. But a good fucking swat in the ass. Yeah, I've had that done to me. You know what? Sometimes it's needed. So I dyed my hair again. I went dark, 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 dark. It went too dark, actually. This is what I do with my oldest son. I'll grab some hair. Oh no, wait, I like it to be over my ear. So grab some of that hair. I think I did this already. I'll make a mustache all the way through to the other side. And he'll come up and he'll rip it off me. And I'll go, ooh! As if he hurt me. Oh man. But yeah, had to get that red out of my hair, so I went dark. Dark like my soul. Dark like my abyss. That's stupid. You gotta make yourself laugh. Otherwise, it's gonna be a real boring life. Take life too seriously. That's something I learned from one of my aunts. She'd always have a scowl on her face when I'd see her. You know, these lines, she'd get wrinkles around her lips from fucking scowling too much. Life's too short to have that bitch face on. So if you can see without me actually smiling, I have laugh lines. And it's because I smile all the time. I'm a happy person. I got fucking lines up top of my forehead. It's because I'm surprised by a lot of the shit I see. Holy shit. And I'm gonna get crow's feet. You know, that's just the fucking nature of the game. It's the way she goes, boys. The way she goes. I'm not about to fucking inject myself with collagen and fake plastics and gunk. It's like, well, the world's mostly ocean and our body's mostly water and we're filling the oceans with plastic, so we should be filling our bodies with plastic. Fill up my tits and fix my face. Thanks. Actually, that is something I'm considering saving up for. I hate my boobs now. 2 kids fucking swinging from them. They're just not the same that they used to be. So that's another lasting effect of having babies. Your boobs are never the same, your stomach's never the same. The rest you might get close to the same, but yeah, lasting impacts. I gotta go because my kid's getting in a hammer, so hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and go get hammered. Ha! Thanks.